Squid Game Season 2 left us breathless rebellion, betrayal, and a finale that flipped everything upside down. Listen, y'all, Gi-hun is not the same man he was in Season 1, and by Season 2, I don't barely recognize this man, and I'm scared for him. He's been through some things, seen some things, trauma galore, and with blood on his hands, quite literally, and vengeance in his heart, girl, because R.I.P. his best friend. It's clear that Season 3 is quite literally shaping up to be the darkest chapter yet.
456번 그분이 부르셔.
In this video, we're going to be diving into some of the wildest, most talked about, and shockingly possible fan theories for how the season will come to an end, how this series will come to an end. Could Gi-hun become our next frontman? Will In-ho, player number 1, also known as frontman, redeem himself? I kind of hope so, not gonna lie. And is there any true hope for a victory against everyone who continues to keep this game alive? We shall about to find out. We're gonna be talking about all this and more, so grab your red jumpsuits, girly, or grab your green jumpsuits and strap up to become a player and hada! Don't go anywhere, because we're about to break down all you need to know before Season 3 drops. But first, hi! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bree with an E, and usually I make reaction commentary videos. More in the past year, I've leaned on just reaction videos. That is changing. I'm so sorry to say that. I do want to say I am still in a period of exploration. Girl, it's been 2 years since I've been on YouTube. I'm still in a period of exploration. Yes, I am. I'm slipping away from the reaction videos because it takes a lot. A lot of these reactioners or reaction channels will be reacting to like 30-minute episodes. That's cute. Have you reacted to a 3-hour Transit Love episode before? No. And it was hell. And I'm never doing it again. Ever since I started doing reaction videos and like longer ones and having to edit and putting myself on a schedule of releasing like 2 or 3 a week, it just became too much, girl. And that's part of the reason I took like a little 8-month hiatus. Hey, hello, I'm back. I also was graduating college around the time, around 8 months ago, and I needed to figure out what I was gonna do for income, girl. I got a job, amen, amen. And basically I've just been consumed with that and starting life after college. So yeah, let's get back to the video. When Squid Game first came out in 2020, y'all, let me tell you how excited I was that it happened and that it's continuing to happen and that we're getting a 3rd season, a final season. Season 1 alone, global hit, global phenomenon. Mind you, I binge watched it all in a day, and I went to work like that weekend or the next day, and everybody was talking about the show. I'm not kidding. I want to especially hit on how deep of an impact Squid Game had in America. Most people don't really watch K-dramas in America. I mean, there's like a small subsect of us who do. I'm one of them. But like generally speaking, the entire population of America, North America, we don't really watch K-dramas, Korean, we like our own things. When I tell you I was so shocked to see everybody talking about it, like it was on my timeline on Instagram, it was on my Facebook timeline, on Twitter. There were a number of memes coming out, y'all, and we were talking about the red light, green light game. It was just trending. If there was ever a new tier above trending, it was that. That was how good of an impact, major of an impact this show had on the Western side of, you know, like North America speaking. Nonetheless, the show set records. It broke boundaries, language boundaries. Now, some people were watching in, English dub. I'm never gonna be one of those girlies. When he went on an interview, I think it was Jimmy Fallon, they were like, wow, his voice sounds so much different than the English dub. Yeah, that's his real voice. Why wouldn't you want to hear the man's real voice? Read some captions, y'all. It's not that bad. I'm rambling. I just want to say, I'm so proud of this series. I'm so proud of the impact Season 1 had. Season 2, obviously, when it dropped, obviously didn't have the same impact as Season 1, but we were all still hooked. Now in Season 3, we're getting Season 3 this week, Friday, June 27th here in the States. I'm nervous, but I'm super excited because of what we're going to be talking about today, because there are so many possible endings to this series that we need to talk about them all. Some of them are really shocking, some of them are out there, some of them are really believable. Some of them are scary because they are really believable. So like, we're gonna talk about all of the possible things, possible endings to how this series can all come crashing down, or whatever, the opposite of crashing down. Fan theory number 1. Gi-hun becomes the next frontman. Okay, so this is probably one of the most popular and most talked about and most possible, I feel like, fan theories out there to date. It's certainly a darker direction for an ending, but I can see obviously the creator, the maker of the series going in that direction. I mean, the show is dark. It just makes sense that he turns to be the bad guy, sort of like In-ho, our current frontman. You know, he had a past in the game. He was a previous winner. He turned to the dark side. We'll get into that. One of the things that really truly gives this theory merit is after watching the trailer, y'all. Have y'all seen the trailer for season 3?
아직도 사람을 믿나?
At the very last few moments of the trailer, there is this moment where there's this man seen in a black suit walking into, I think, what is the front man's office, back office, and on the island where the games are held. And obviously that man is Gi-hun. This is not a shock, not a surprise. Go watch the trailer if you haven't seen it. Then we are met with Gi-hun, who is the man walking into this back office room, confronting In-ho, our front man. He has blood on his face while he's walking in. Remind you, in season 1, when they were playing the final games, they were all in these like tuxedo, black, white, English. Black suits. So again, he's in a black dress suit. He's walking into the front man's back office with blood on his face. But then we also get these very interesting lines at the very last few moments of the trailer, and it's our front man. And he asks him a very simple but daunting question. Still have faith in humanity? And then the camera briefly flashes back to Gi-hun with this like distraught, defeated face. And it sort of just really alludes to the fact that Gi-hun will have a breaking point. Similar to how In-ho did, we'll get into his story in a minute, how he will have a breaking point and essentially, having lost all faith in humanity, turn to the dark side. He's seen so much happen in these games. He's seen the constant betrayal of humans against humans. He really has seen the worst of humanity brought out. So of course there is in some world where he can possibly turn to the dark side. And another reason this theory holds a little bit of merit is because of our current frontman and his history with the game. So In-ho, our frontman, like Gi-hun, was a past winner of Squid Games. I believe he won the 2015 season of Squid Games. This was revealed in, I think, season 2 or season 1. I don't remember at this point. And obviously he turned to be this frontman slash overseer main runner of the games. There's a potential track record of past winners of this game somehow in the future being a part of the games again, like on the administration side, the admin side. You win this game, you literally experience so much when you're in there. You draw close bonds to people because not only are there individual games, but there are team games. You build natural alliances with people. You want to make it to the end with people. Obviously, there's only one sole winner. So you're going to lose people. You're going to see the worst of humanity while you're in these games, okay? And mind you, a very important reason why they're in these games in the first place is because of the debt that they've launched themselves into, or the financial rut. There's some sort of financial situation they're in that brings them to the games in the first place to be able to pay off that debt, to be able to get out of their financial situation. And with In-ho, girl, our current frontman, remember, his reason why he came to the game is because he had a pregnant wife who needed a liver transplant, okay? So he went into the game because obviously he didn't have the money to go through with the procedure. Girlies, he won the game, but when he got out of the game, his wife had died. Like, she had died either when he got there or before the games came to an end. So he went through literally all of that for nothing. So imagine how experiencing all of that, you're already in a dark state of mind, you're super traumatized, and then come to find out the main reason you were in there to help your pregnant wife get a liver transplant was for nothing. So obviously that could probably cause someone to flip a switch, obviously, and turn to the dark side. Now, Gi-hun doesn't quite have a story like this yet, but I feel like with the death of his best friend, that's kind of reinvigorated something, right? Before, he lost all those people in season 1, but I feel like it just hits different now because now he's lost somebody he knew outside of the game. He did in season 1 as well, but this was his best friend outside of the game in the real world that he just lost, and he lost him in such a terrible way. And so I feel like that could be something to work with in terms of his flip switching. There could be something else that may come that really truly sets him off if this were to be the ending the creators, the directors took. But Gi-hun possibly could become the next frontman. On the flip side, theory number 2 explores the opposite of Gi-hun obviously becoming the frontman. With theory number 2, fans speculate and believe that basically he will emerge as a true victor. He will be able to have taken down the games with all of his crew in season 2 who have banded together. This also includes not the players but also the police detective Jun-ho, which is also In-ho, our current frontman's half younger brother, and then also the guard which was a crazy fun twist I think at the end of episode 2, but just before the next game started, that she was actually coming into the game to be a guard. We didn't see that side in season 1, so that was fun to see in season 2. But all these people, yes, are going to try to band together to take down the overseers of this game. And in all honesty, this is the ending that I kind of truly want for the series. I just feel like this series has been so dark. It's been so dark, and I just feel like we need to win. We need to win for our players, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there is a world where more than one player can survive at the end of the season, do it. And make sure one of them is Gi-hun, alright? And the pregnant girl. And the mom. The mom and son duo, y'all. Say the mom, not the son. He gotta go. But truly in my heart, because I feel like this series has been so dark, right? I just don't know if the directors or creators will go with the more happy, justified ending. If anything, I feel like, sure, they disrupt the game this time around. But who's to say there won't be another group that emerges to continue the games on? Like, they have all these VIPs, you know, the people in season 1 we saw, dirty, nasty people. The VIPs exist, the frontman exists, the creator did exist. The game goes deeper than just the frontman, and I feel like the players are all after the frontman right now. It's been revealed now also that the guards are also people who were, like, recruited to be in this thing. So I'm saying all this to say there's so many people that are keeping this game running, whether it's the guards, the frontman, the VIPs, and they're also the previous winners who I feel like, and this is not one of the fan theories, but maybe this is talked about, this is not something I saw when I was researching, but I do believe that sailor man is a previous winner, because obviously it was revealed at the end of season 2 that he's fishy, he's shady. I forgot what he did, y'all, but he did something shady and revealed his true colors, that he was like pretty much covering up the fact that he wasn't really trying to find the island or something. I can't remember, y'all remind me in the comments. But I do believe that he is a previous winner of the game, and I feel like he's trying to protect the game or trying to whatever. I don't know. I think he's involved with the game somehow. He might be an outside help, an outside source like our recruiter, but nonetheless he's in on it somehow. That's not one of the fan theories, but that's one I wanted to talk about. But anyway, with all these people involved, I just don't see it coming to an end like that. Fan theory number 3, however, explores a completely different concept than our first 2 theories, and that is that our current frontman, In-ho, player number 1 in season 2, has a redemption arc in store. And this is actually one of the fan theories I kind of want to simultaneously happen. You know, I'm like, I want the happy ending for the players, but I also want a happy ending for the front man, because obviously he was a victim in this too. Now, did he become the perpetrator? Yes, he did. Does he need to be locked away? Probably. Yeah, he does. Yeah. But y'all, did y'all not like develop crush? But just like a liking for player number 1 in the game, In-ho, in season 2. Like, it was fun to see him play with the other players. It was wild. It was a little scary, because I did not think in the moments that they were bum rushing the guards, that he would actually shoot at his own guards. Nonetheless, he did. And so I just feel like I really developed a bond with this man, a connection to him. And so did the other players, Gi-hun included. That may be shattered now that he killed his best friend. But truly, I just feel like this is an ending that I would be on board for. A redemption arc of some sort. Or maybe he has had a hidden agenda all along. Sure, I don't know if that's true. But that's one of the fan theories, is that the front man will have a redemption arc. And maybe he had a hidden agenda all along to put a stop to the games himself. Now, I could believe this just a little bit, because I feel like there were glimmers of moments in like his eyes where you could see he was truly fighting sorry, spit came out of my mouth. You can see he was truly fighting with these other players, like to stay in this game, to stay alive. And when you're fighting so closely like that for a collective goal, what have you, to stay alive, obviously it's a dire goal, and you're in it with these people, you're like ride or dies with these people, you're getting to know them on more personal levels. I just feel like somewhere in there he has got to like have had a moment where maybe I shouldn't do this. He has some sort of a heart. He has a heart, is what I'm saying. In the past, he was a player in this game, like a first-time player. He was the winner, but he was in there for the purpose of getting his wife this liver transplant. And so he was in there for genuine reasons. It's not like he had a collection of debt. Just couldn't pay for, I guess, like the surgery or what have you, or to get her moved up on the list. I don't know, whatever it was. And yeah, she ended up dying. That ended up obviously flipping a switch in his brain to turn to the dark side. So if he was good before, he can be good again. And I feel like that is like the basis of this theory, is that somewhere in there, this man still has a heart. Maybe he himself just needs to believe and have faith in humanity again. Maybe seeing Gi-hun and his team of people in season 2 really banding together and fighting together, maybe that will be just what he needs to finally say, hey, I'm going to take a step on this other side now. I'm going to stop being the front man. I'm going to take the games down and let it be that. And some people also speculate that maybe he's had a hidden agenda all along, being that he became the front man for the purpose of taking down the game, similar to Gi-hun, who had this rebellious decision to not go to LA to go see his daughter in America and take down the games by participating in the second season, or his second time around in the games. Like that, similar to him, he has also become the front man to slowly dismantle the game little by little. Now, the only thing about that is that would it have taken him this long to try to dismantle the games? And wouldn't the presence of Gi-hun at the first sighting of him, who is this also previous winner, wouldn't that also like incentivize him to put things in action, to really pick up the pace in dismantling the game? It's just been too many years that's passed since his first time that he played and won for him to have become the front man, and now all this time he's been working to dismantle the games. I don't think so. I don't think it's been a hidden agenda all along, but I am gonna believe and hope to believe that there is some sort of redemption arc in store for Seong, our current frontman. Now, aside from the fact that he's bonded with these other players, Gi-hun included, some people theorize that if it's not that in particular that brings him to want to dismantle the games, then the presence of player 222 in season 2, our pregnant lady, that she will be the cause and the reason for him wanting to suddenly flip the switch. Let's talk about it. So it's not so much the presence of player number 222 alone, not herself, but her baby. So in all of season 2, Jun-hee, which is our pregnant girl, player 222, people have like theorized or suspected that she will have her baby either in the games or at the very last game, like in the middle of the games, somewhere in the middle of the season, or at the very end of the season. Maybe that she will be one of the final players in the final lineup. And the theory is that because she is pregnant and Seong, our current frontman, has a history with, having lost a child and his wife, possibly seeing this baby getting put in harm's way, or that the baby will die, there is some significance to Jun-hee, right, in this season. Why a pregnant lady? Why a pregnant lady? And why does Seong have a past with, his wife being pregnant and her obviously dying and losing the baby? That could be somewhere to explore, something to explore in season 3. That could be a potential redemption arc starter for our front man, because seeing her potentially die or having the baby potentially die, that could be like a trigger for him that opens up old wounds, that brings back that humanity aspect to him, because he's been so cold and calloused, I felt like, since the death of his wife and the death of his unborn baby. That might trigger something in him and cause him to revolt against the game and say enough is enough, girly. But those are all the theories, guys. We got through all 4 of our theories, some really believable, some kind of wild and out there, but some at least we genuinely hope will come true or be the end all be all for Squid Games season 3. If you enjoyed today's video, please do make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what are the fan theories that you believe or speculate to be the most true true going into season 3. What do you think is going to come of our players, of Gi-hun, of the front man? Let me know all your thoughts, including the sailor. Didn't forget about the sailor, and also our pregnant character, and then our mom and son duo. What do you think is going to come with all these characters? Who are going to be the final characters? And do you think there will be more than one sole survivor in the end? Do you think Gi-hun will be our next frontman? Because that's the most possible likely one, at least the one that we've been baited with the most. So let me know all down below. If you made it to this point, literally love you so much. See you guys later. Bye.